What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, again, I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims, survivors, and thrivers of said disorder. Yes, there's thrivers, y'all. We love the thrivers. So today's episode is going to be about how a narcissist can sense, we can sense it when you are pulling away, when you're about to walk away. It's just like, it's kind of like a sixth sense or seventh sense. I know people, the sixth sense is the spiritual one. The seventh sense is the narcissistic one that you can sense when people are getting ready to pull away from you. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, I see dead people, it's like, I sense that you're about to leave me. I sense abandonment. I see abandonment in my future. Yeah, under the blankets. They think you were like, they can tell, like, y'all, narcissists, like, especially narcissists, people like myself. Some narcissists are good at just reading energy and the vibe in the room and things like that. And they can kind of tell when you're going to take a step away from them, and you're being more distant towards them and things like that. They can absolutely 100% tell that. So when in circumstances like that, when they can tell when you're about to pull away, they will absolutely 100% try. Some of them, a lot of them, when they sense that you're pulling away, here comes the love bombing. Here comes the being genuine and vulnerable and trying to talk things out, offers of therapy and trying to work it out together and things like that. It's just like they know. It just takes a little bit. And this is where kind of intermittent reinforcement and the breadcrumbing comes in. They know if they give you a little bit, it goes a long way, because you've been conditioned over a long period of time to deal with this person, to deal with, especially, if you're in a long-term relationship with them. Over time, you've been conditioned to deal with this person, accept way less than what you deserve and way less than the bare minimum a lot of times. So when they start layering it on thick, don't be shocked. If you tell them that you're thinking about leaving or you want to be separated and things like that, if you actually voice it, don't be, some of them will get violent and go crazy, but some of them will try to go the other end of things. They will try to love bomb you. They will try to give you everything that you wanted and needed. It's just like, they'll take you back to the beginning and try to make you happy. They will some of them will literally try to make you happy in the moment. They want to pull you back in just close enough so you won't leave again. So you get to the point where you think it's going to work again. Like you are on your high horse. You ready to leave. You better hop on that horse and just ride off into the sunset without this narcissistic person. You're ready to go. But guess what? That narcissistic person is not ready for you to leave yet. So guess what? Even if they're cheating on you, even if they have a new supply, they might start to love bomb you, or they might start to be more involved with the kids. They might start to do everything that you've been asking them to do. But here's the caveat right there, y'all. When you tell them that you want to leave them, you're thinking about leaving or separated or whatever, it's not working out, things are not how they used to be, or they can just sense it. Here's the caveat. They will start to do all these things to make you happy without you asking them to, without you telling them what makes you happy. You see what I'm saying? Without any of that stuff going on. You don't have to tell them what it is or how to make you happy. They just start doing it instantaneously, right? It's almost like they've known the entire time how to make you happy. They've just chosen not to. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? They've known this entire time what it takes to make you happy, what it takes to make you smile, what it takes to make you laugh, what it takes to clap the cheeks in the right direction, your favorite Kama Sutra position. They always known this. But all of a sudden, when they sense that you're unhappy, or you tell them you're unhappy, or you're ready to leave or whatever, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's just like magically, they start doing this stuff out of nowhere. Because guess what, y'all? They know how to make you happy. They are just actively choosing not to. Unless their reality is being threatened, like the reality of you leaving might be a real threat to their comfort level, to their convenience and things like that. That might be a real threat to them. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a real threat to them, how is that going to work out for you? It's a real threat to them, so they start giving you everything that you want and need without you asking. That just shows you that a lot of narcissistic people know what they're doing. A lot of narcissists in positions, in relationships and things like that, think that if they give you everything that you want and need, you'll leave them. You won't need them anymore. You've gotten everything that you wanted, right? You've gotten everything that you wanted and needed, so you won't need me anymore. So let me restrict what I give you. If you tolerate it over an extended period of time, they think this new level of treatment is what you want now, is what you're okay with. Oh, we've been married for X amount of years, so this should be fine now. We've been in a relationship for X amount of years. I thought you were good. You could have just left. If you're so unhappy, why don't you just leave me? Give me a shot. Give me a chance to show you I can be who you want me to be. Give me a chance to show you who I can be, who you fell in love with. And they automatically start doing the things that you've been asking them to do for years. Out of nowhere, because they know what you want. They just don't want to do it. Unless it's about them. You see how they take the things that you want to need and make it about them. That's narcissism 101. Taking the things that you want and need. Ego. You wanted and needed. Now it's about me doing it to keep my lifestyle the way it is right now. You see how that works right there? You see how the mindset of it all works right there. It's in the moment and things like that. You know what I mean? You see, they know what it takes to make you happy. They do. They're just not doing it on purpose because they know it's going to make you. They know. They know. So many people ask me, do narcissists know what they're doing? Yes. Tell them you're leaving. And see if they turn it on. Turn on the waterworks or turn on the love bombing. They'll turn it on just enough to keep you there. Well, you'll okay. I won't file the divorce papers. We don't have to do the trial separation. I'm not moving out. Guess what? A few weeks later, a few months later, all of a sudden things feel like they're going back to the normal signs of mistreatment, the normal signs of the new bare minimum, the normal signs of the standard of what you've been accepting for so long. Because that's the new base state. Whatever you've been through with this narcissistic person, they think that you're okay with it because you stayed so long through it. Well, if you wanted to be treated better, why don't you just say that? I thought you were fine with how I was treating you because you stayed with me this whole time. But they know how to treat you good because you don't have to tell them what to do. And here's the other thing, y'all. Let me tell you right here. Ben Taylor, Raw Motivation, says this right here all the time. If you tell them what to do to make you happy, they're going to do it. If you give them a checklist, they're going to check those things off. They're going to check all the boxes off because you gave them a checklist. You gave them directions of what to do to make you happy. And guess what? Narcissistic people are like microwaves. They want instant gratification. That's why that 30-second button on microwaves exists. That's what that 30-second buttons on microwaves. That's the narcissist right there. Boop. I've done what you asked me to do. I need some instant gratification. I need you tell me you're gonna stay. You gave me a checklist of 10 things. I've done 8 of them the first day. I've clapped the cheeks. I mowed the yard. I clapped the cheeks again. I mowed the grass. I weeded. I clapped the cheeks again. I washed the dishes. I clapped the cheeks a 4th time. You see what I'm saying? They're going to give them a checklist. You're only allowed to tell them a few things what it takes to make you happy, and let them be decent human beings to you, and let them show you who they really are. Because you give somebody a checklist on what makes you happy, they're going to check it out because you told them what makes you happy. They don't know. I'm just saying that's the other side of it. They don't know what it takes to make you happy. They need a list. They need a list to check it out twice. You mean work? I'm just telling you, a lot of narcissistic, toxic people, when their life is falling apart, they'll do what you tell them to do. You mean? They absolutely will. So that's why I said, stand on your power and stand on your strength. If they want to go to therapy and get help, let them go to therapy and work on it. But they can't go to therapy just to keep you. They have to go to therapy to work on themselves. They absolutely do. Going to therapy to keep you there will lead to them resenting you for them going to therapy and have to be vulnerable and having to be open. That's how you're supposed to go to therapy, be vulnerable and open. I'm just saying, narcissistic people, they get sensitive when you're pulling away. They just can't. You just like me personally, my personal story, I knew when my wife was about to leave. I could feel it. But something in me wouldn't let me go. I was like, damn, I should hug my wife right now. But something in me would not let me hug her. Something was like, she'll be fine. I walked out the door. Came back, she was gone. I knew it. Something in me just like, don't do it. Just leave. She'll be fine. I came back, she was fine. She was fine and gone. I could sense it. I knew she was unhappy. I could tell. But I was like, well, man, we've been doing it for this long. She must be fine. She hasn't left. She's fine. I don't need to hug her. She's fine. She doesn't need a hug. What is a hug gonna do? We've been married for 4 or 5 years now. What is a hug gonna do to your wife for 5 years? She should know I love her. Came back, should have hugged her, shouldn't I? You know what I mean? You never know when the last time you're gonna hug somebody is. So I said, you got to stay empowered. You got to stay as strong as you possibly can when you're dealing with narcissistic people. Y'all. You just have to. And they know when you're pulling away, they get sensitive. And sometimes they'll force it. Sometimes they'll force you to go away. You know what I mean? They'll force you. They'll start treating you bad on purpose, hoping that you be the one to leave. That's a whole nother video, y'all. That's a whole nother video. I ain't gonna go into too much detail because this video will drag on for 20 minutes. I don't like doing the long 20-minute videos and whatnot. But yeah, that's how it goes, though, y'all. So if you're dealing with narcissists and toxic people, understand that this is the way it's going to be for you. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to let it weigh heavy on your heart or nothing like that. But this is absolutely the way it's going to be. And they can sense it. When you get tired of them, they can sense it. And when they start to sense it, the sensors will go off. Anyway, y'all, thank you for tuning into another episode. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Like and subscribe for more. If you're listening to this on Apple Music or Spotify, hit that 5 stars for me. Please, please, please. I'm super thankful for y'all. Mental Illness is out. Peace.